Okay, my name is Ulisse. I'm here in the Orcia Valley, let's say the southern part of Tuscany. I'm originally from Switzerland and I'm here for mostly 30 years, running a farm that is based on all what we need on our plate. That was also a bit the beginning of our adventure here in farming. The beginning means we had this light crazy idea to farm to know what we have on the plate. So that's why our farm, it's more or less 60 hectares, that would be an acre, more or less 120 acres, is a complete circle farm. So we have from the wheat to the vegetables, to olive oil, wine. We have 200 sheep, 60 goats that we have milked then and transform in cheese. Of course, then you have also meat, we have also pigs, we have bees. Bees is not only for honey, but also for pollination important. A circle farm means also that all these different parts of the farm, let's say, are connected with the other part now. A simple example is manure helps the garden to grow, the bee helps the vegetable to pollinate, and so on. The Orcia Valley it's basically a very special valley. When I arrived, was completely sleepy. There was no tourism, just farming, very simple farming, because the soil is very poor. Consequence, there was never interesting to invest in this valley or in this agriculture. And this is today a big fortune. We added later, when the tourism started, a kind of restaurant that we developed in the following years to what is well known as farm to table. So in our restaurant you get what is produced on the farm, and that's probably the biggest satisfaction we can have, that we can serve our products to the guests. Especially now regarding cheese, we can say finished in the cheese production as a consequence of the typical pecorino that was produced for the last few hundred or thousand years in this valley, so-called pecorino from Pienza. That is originally based on not done with rennet, animal rennet, but with a vegetable rennet. And so we started with a few sheep to, let's say, join a bit this product, but in a very simple or very free. So we have no relation with this tradition because I'm an immigrant. Consequence, we don't have this kind, already my grandfather did like that, so I have to do similar, because otherwise the family tradition is not connected anymore. Making cheese in a place like that is a perfect situation, because we have the milk, we have the animal, we give the animal certain food, we make certain pasture for the animal, we try to do always better. Consequence, the milk is changing always, and this is especially happening when you work raw milk. So raw milk means no changement of the milk, no pasteurization, so we leave or we let the microorganism in the milk, the so-called bacteria, in the sense we let them as they are connected with the pasture, with the food of the animals. Most people don't know that a rainy day milk, for example, is different than a sunny day milk. And this raw milk concept for me is really a fundamental part of the cheese, because in this way we have never the same cheese, and we are always surprised of the possibility what the living product cheese can develop for our, let's say, for the flavor, for our palate, in the very specific way to enjoy a product. Of course, it's not always so easy. It sounds maybe easier than it is, but it's a very, very nice work, especially considering that most people are maybe used to have this background buying wine, that is also very famous here in the area, but not the same approach to cheese, or by the way also meat has the same connection with the territory. Our cheeses, in the meantime, we can say we can be quite proud, because we learned many things in this mostly 30 years. And let's say the people enjoy it. Also famous restaurants in this sense ask for these cheeses. Important is always to remember that to enjoy our cheeses you have to learn a little bit what is behind. It's not just the cheese you eat, and this is, I think, the most important message, that there is no food and no great food without a farmer or a farm, and there is no great food if you don't learn a bit what is behind that food, in the sense of what is behind pasture, the place, the territory, the animal, the breed of the animal. And this is a bit, let's say, my message. We do organic agriculture. That's for me very normal. So for me the modern, let's say, chemical agriculture is really a strange, we can say a bit strange idea. Organic means for me just natural, so clean food, food without any leftover of some strange chemicals. And we try in the last few years also to introduce more and more biodynamic, let's say, techniques that is really then a progress in the sense of the living part of the food, so the dynamic part of the food. And I think this is a vision that is really special, and I hope that also more and more people try to learn what is special behind.